Welcome to Sheth Marketing Academy. Today's lecture is on competitive positioning of brands. We know quite a lot about product positioning, but we don't have as much knowledge about competitive positioning of brands themselves. And I think you will find in this lecture some very non-intuitive, not known areas of discussing brand positioning. The reality of all contested markets or competitive markets is that the markets are not homogeneous. This is contrary to the assumptions we make in economics, that markets are generally homogeneous, whereas in marketing we believe very strongly that markets are by definition heterogeneous and universally across all products and services. Therefore, the question is, how do the markets get organized? And I've found over 35, 40 years of research and consulting and advising different industries and companies that across consumer products, industrial products, all services, markets universally get organized into three segments. So all contested markets get organized into three segments. There is a price segment, a segment of people or customers who are primarily looking at price and are willing to compromise on the performance of the product or the service. Second one is the value segment, which is usually the largest segment actually, where they have balanced between the price and performance. They don't compromise on the performance, but they are definitely negotiating to a level of price where they will see a value for their purchase or the product. And the third segment consistently is a premium segment. It is also referred to as performance segment, and the same idea primarily, but we call it premier. And by the way, in industrial markets, they usually use the word low-end, mainstream, and high-end segments. So here is what are the examples. In the car industry, we really know the three segments very clearly. You have the luxury market at the high end. You have the typical volume-driven cars at the middle range. And you have a low-priced cars, quite often in fact imported cars, or cars that are totally stripped down in terms of pricing points, features, functions, etc. So it can be more affordable cars. So those are the three segments by and large. Same thing is true in chemicals. You have industrial chemicals made by companies like DuPont, for example, where you'll have very refined chemicals going into specialty markets like agriculture or pharmaceutical, and the price point for the same pound or kg, kilogram of chemicals would be very, very high. It may be a multiple of 30 times even, it's possible, from the average price. Bulk chemicals that go into more large volume industrial production would be priced in the middle, and there may be some possibility of slightly inferior quality of chemicals that will be offered at a lower price. And I find the same thing true in commodities, whether those are agricultural commodities or industrial commodities such as aluminum and steel. It's the same reality by and large.